What's up, you guys? So I hope the video quality is a little bit better today. I took my old crusted, busted, and dusted screen protector off, and then I cleaned my camera, so hopefully it is just a bit better today. I just wanted to do a little bit of a get ready with me / story time. I have a little story for you guys. It is my senior year of high school, so I have a bunch of stories about high school if you guys would like to hear more of them. I think some of them are kind of interesting, so let me know if you guys would be interested in something like that. But today I'm gonna just talk to you guys about my stalker. So it all started freshman year. And in order for me to kind of set up this story, I just kind of have to explain myself and how I was freshman year. I was so insecure. I was really unsure of myself, as most freshmen are. And it didn't help that I was also new to the city that I'm in now, which is Lubbock. I came from a small town about 3 hours away. So it definitely didn't help that I didn't know anybody. To the Lubbock Middle School for a short amount of time. So there was one person that I knew. We'll call her Anna. So I met Anna in middle school. We weren't really friends in middle school, but we were kind of the only people from our middle school that went to the high school that I'm going to now. And I decided to kind of get more involved into this program, and I convinced Anna to get a little bit more involved with me. So we both decided to go to an after-school meeting to get more involved in this particular program. And the president of this program, the student president of this program, was giving a speech about the program, what the program's about, what the program expects from you, and what you should expect from the program. And the program sounded very, very appealing. But what sounded more appealing was the president. Now, I wasn't automatically attracted to the president, right? He was super nice, super cool, like, he was super goofy, and like, he seemed like a super down-to-earth person. He wasn't super wrapped up in all kinds of teenage crap. Like, he was really focused. It seemed that that's a very important part. It seemed that he was super focused and really wanted the program to do well and to succeed, and that was really attractive to me. We'll call him James. So after the presentation, me, Anna, James, and James's best friend are the last ones waiting to be picked up from school. So we're sitting outside. The meeting ran kind of long, and we're waiting for our rides to come. After my ride comes and picks me up, I get a message, and it's from James, which I was like, okay. So James likes him some Evelyn. So I look at the message, and he just said, hey. And he was a senior. Let me just say, he was a senior. He was much older than me, which I don't judge. Like, I don't judge when it comes to age. So, or for the most part, I don't judge. Let me not promote pedophilia in this. And I was so insecure that, like, the idea that a senior would even want to talk to me was like mind-boggling. So I'm talking to this guy, and we're flirting or whatever, and we start to flirt at like the meetings and stuff. After like a month of flirting, people are starting to kind of pick up on, oh, I think there's a little something going on here. We've been talking for like a month, and he's asked me multiple times if I will be his girlfriend, and I continuously say no, because I wasn't sure what it was. But there was just something about James that I couldn't quite put my finger on it. And there was something about him that made me feel a little uncomfortable. He would talk to me about things that I wasn't always comfortable talking about. I liked him. It was just these little things that would kind of be like, probably not. So I just wanted to be sure. I do have like a little policy for myself that I set up, and I don't date kids that go to my own high school. I just think it's too much. Like, I can't be dating somebody and going to the same school as them. That's just too much all day, every day. They're in your face. Like, that's just too much. At this point, we've been talking for about 3 months, and he's asked me to be his girlfriend more times than I could count. He tells me like, oh, you're going to be my future wife. Like, I love you. I love you. I love you. And mind you, this boy is 4 years older than me at this point. His birthday had passed. Oh, yeah. So he was 17 when we first started talking, and now he was 18 and I was 14. But then my birthday comes around at about the 3-month mark of us talking. So my birthday's January 3rd, and I turned 15 that year. He was like, okay, I'm gonna take you out on a date. Bet! Like, okay. He pulls up, or no, let me rephrase that. He texts me and tells me that he's there. And this boy, I walk out there expecting to see him, of course. And I do. I see him. Then I get in the car. I get in the back seat, because the front seat is occupied with his parents. I was just like, whatever. Like, at this point, I was just like, whatever. So we go to dinner, and he buys one meal for the both of us. One entree for the both of us. He buys a steak, and then we split it. And yes, his parents went into the restaurant with us. They sat like across the restaurant, like it didn't stop in the car. After that night, I was trying to kind of distance myself from James. See, Elijah was a tad bit younger than James, just a year younger, but he was still 3 years older than me. Then it came the time that Elijah asked me on a date. Decided to go on this date with Elijah. And Elijah comes to pick me up in a Jeep that he owns. We go on the date, and at this point, I've already told James, like, I don't want to be involved with you anymore. Like, we can still be friends, we can be cool, but I do not want to be involved with you that way. Like, don't get your hopes up. We're not going to be in a relationship. And he made a big deal about it at school, and he would constantly message me, and he was like, okay, if we can still be friends, like, I guess I'm okay with that. So me and Elijah, we go on this date, and he's such a gentleman. He pays for my movie ticket and my snacks, which was just the sweetest thing ever. And because, you know, movie snacks are like up there, you know, but you could tell Elijah had prepared for this date. You know, he was very prepared. So I get home, and I'm not on my phone the whole time that I'm on this date. We're at the movies, and we're talking in the car. I don't have time to be on my phone on this date. There was not a moment of like free time where I could have like stopped and checked my phone. Like, I was interested in him, he was interested in me. We were having good conversation after the movie and before the movie, and then I go and check my phone, and my phone is blown up. He sent me a picture of me and Elijah at the movies and said, oh my gosh, I can't believe I had to find out this way. Like, why wouldn't you tell me that you're talking to somebody else? Da 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 da. And I was just kind of in shock. And he was like, I'm sorry, I don't have a Jeep. And I'm sorry that, da 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 da. And I was like, how does he know that Elijah has a Jeep? It was the end of January. He was still messaging me. It was the beginning of February. And that's when me and Elijah kind of decided that, okay, we're together now. Like, we've been on a couple of dates, and now we're together. So I tell Elijah, like, this guy, he's been blowing up my phone. Like, I don't know what to do about it. And Elijah, like, couldn't believe it. Believe that somebody had followed us on our date. Like, he didn't really understand, like, why. And I didn't understand, like, why either, you know. And then he approached me at school and I decided to ignore him and just kind of remove myself from the situation. I did not want to talk to him or have any kind of contact with him anymore. I was scared of him. I didn't want him anymore. He started messaging me again. And that's when my mom, I reached out to my mom and I said, I need your help. Like, this guy, he won't leave me alone. Like, he was telling me, like, we're going to be together. Like, I'm not gonna let you go. Like, I'm never gonna let you go. You're gonna be my wife. Like, I'm going to marry you. No, you're not. And I was really at the point where I was just scared. Like, this guy probably waited outside of my house. He probably followed us to the movie. He probably saw me walk out of my house, saw me go into the movie theater, took a picture of it. Because from the angle that the picture was taken, he was sitting in the arcade of the movie theater and we were at the snack line. So he was hiding from us at the movie theater. He knew what kind of car Elijah was driving. Elijah doesn't drive a Jeep anymore, but he knew what kind of car Elijah was driving. He knew what I was wearing clearly because, I mean, he was taking pictures of us. Like, that is so ridiculous. And then the next year I found out that he was talking, one of the new girls, I was a sophomore at this point, so one of the freshmen came up to me and she was like, Evelyn, like, I heard you talk to this guy named James. And she was like a really quiet, timid girl, and she was like, I got a message from him, and like, he's 5 years older than me, but he seems really sweet and really nice. Like, I know that y'all don't talk anymore, but what do you think? A freshman in college was reaching out to a freshman in high school. I was like, girl, run. Like, literally, that's what I said. I said, run. Okay, guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video and my story time. Let me know if you guys would like more stories like this. I had a lot of fun telling it. It was kind of crazy. That was like one of the crazier things that's happened to me. There are a bunch of different experiences that I've had throughout my time in high school that I'd love to share with you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!